Senior living value add and commercial real estate value add are totally different. And let me explain why. Of course, you have your senior living value add that's connected to the building itself, right? But it is a business and value is created more from the people, the systems, and the care inside of it. And how can we understand that? When big companies like your Bright Views, big companies across the nation, they say whenever they start focusing on the numbers first and they lose track of the care, their numbers start to go down dramatically. I think if you really understand why Blackstone's major failure, I think because they went Class A, overpopulated the Class A market, and they didn't really understand the metrics behind care, behind actually taking care of people. See, my mom was a caregiver. She's a manager of caregivers now in Herndon, Virginia, and I helped her take care of our grandmother when she was living with dementia. And so these are the experiences and the things that I think about of why I got into senior living in the first place, because I love making an impact in people's lives. I love taking care of people and caring for people. And, renovation is definitely important. And I'm definitely a big part of the renovation side of things. I think the key is not to necessarily just take every building, make it a giant luxury Class A, and charge everybody the maximum top amount. I know that's a lot of times the idea for commercial real estate, but I think the more important thing with senior living is tailoring it exactly to the market, what we're looking for, what prices people want to pay. Because at the end of the day, if we can give a value of care, if we can give a value of good nutrition, we can give a value of a culture around walking, taking care of ourselves, exercising a little bit, using our minds with activities, talking to people, staying around each other in the community. Those are the things that are more important than the granite countertops, than some of those things that I think we want to put all of that money into because it's going to boost the value of the building. But it's counterintuitive. And what I was mentioning too is the care, the people, the systems. Those are extremely important, and they're going to boost the value of the building because they're going to boost the value of the people inside of that building, and they're going to give them a happier, more productive life. And then those people are going to talk to other people and tell them how amazing this facility is. And then those people are going to spread the word. So it is definitely related to what we do for the people inside and how good we can make their lives and their quality of living in those last years that they have here. And that's the part that I think people don't focus on, and they just think we add the value, building looks nice, it looks amazing, and people will flock to it. But the great quote, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And operations are a similar way. If there's enough caregivers, if the caregivers are supported, then we have good care at the level of the senior. If the seniors are happy and they're positive and they're telling their parent or their kids, not parents, if they're telling their kids how happy they are, then that it forms a cycle, and that is always when senior living companies start to focus heavy on the numbers. They get brought out by private equity, whatever the case may be. They start looking at how are we giving our care, and they go back to that. And when they go back to that, they always are more successful. So it's counterintuitive to what you think it would be, which is the renovations, the money into the building, the value is going to increase. But instead, it's heavily focused on the business, and the business is reliant on taking good care of the people inside the building. And so that has to be efficient. It has to be affordable. And that's where a lot of our technology ideas and understanding